everyone, my name is Kristen Mars and I'm a fire prevention officer and the life safety educator here at South Adams County Fire Department. Normally during this time, I'd be going into our spring school visits as well as hosting story time at the firehouse. For those of you who've never heard of story time at the firehouse, what it is it's a fun event for the younger kiddos who aren't quite in school just yet. It's an opportunity to come visit the fire station and interact with our firefighters. They get a tour of the fire station, an up-close personal tour of a fire truck, as well as demonstrations when it comes to the fire department's gear and the tools that they use on fire scenes. Unfortunately, during this time, we had to cancel this month's story time at the firehouse, but we wanted to bring it to you online in the safety and comfort of your own home. The book I chose is Sparky the Fire Dog. One of the main things that I love about this book is it offers several different fire safety messages to the kiddos so that they can understand what they are and how and when they might need to use them in case there was an emergency in their own home. So we'll begin. Sparky the Fire Dog. Welcome to the fire station number 5, everyone. My name is Sparky, and I'm the good-looking fire dog sitting down in the front. Dogs like me that have white fur with black spots are called Dalmatians. I'm an important member of the fire station team. I help wash and wax the fire truck and straighten the hose. I love the fire station, but I didn't always live here. I used to live outside a schoolyard. Every day, a nice girl fed me a piece of her peanut butter and jelly sandwich. One day, I followed the girl home from school. Suddenly, I smelled smoke. Her house was on fire. I ran all the way to the fire station to tell the firefighters. The firefighters put on their gear and went to work putting out the fire. The little girl and her family were saved. I was a hero. The firefighters took me back to the fire station and made me part of their team. When the fire alarm sounds, we all jump into the truck. I sit up front next to the captain. At night, I dream that I am a superhero, Sparky the Fire Dog. Look, it's Sparky the Fire Dog, Roger Rhino cries, pointing to the sky. I must land quickly and inspect those homes. There is no time to lose. Safety first. Hi, Sparky, says Ellie Elephant. What are you doing here? Do you want to play Frisbee with us? Asked Iggy the Iguana. I'm looking for fire dangers, and I need some junior inspectors to help me. We'll help, Roger, Ellie, and Iggy shouted. Roger knocks at Mrs. Sheep's front door. Hello, I'm out back, a voice calls. It's Sparky and the junior inspectors. We're here to inspect your smoke alarms. Mrs. Sheep lets us in, and I changed the battery in her smoke alarm. It's important to test the battery every month to make sure it is working. Miss Sheep thanks us and gives us the mittens she's been knitting as a reward for our help. Our next stop is Mr. Alligator's house. Go away, I'm sleeping, Mr. Alligator shouts when we knock. But we smell smoke, and it's coming from inside your house. Mr. Alligator opens the door, and I see a fire in his fireplace, and I plugged in the space heater. It's dangerous to sleep with a fire going, I tell him, and you should make sure your space heaters are far away from the curtains and furniture. Thanks, Sparky, Mr. Alligator says. I'll remember that next time. Mrs. Flamingo is in her front yard next to her door. Hello, Mrs. Flamingo, I say. Is that a candle I see burning inside your house? Oh yes, I love the smell of candles. Did you know that candles can tip over and start fires? They're nice when you're around, but it's safer to blow them out when you can't pay attention to them. I've never thought about that, said Miss Flamingo. Thanks for the tip, Sparky. I'll be more careful. Next, Ellie brings in the junior inspectors into her home. Ellie tells me that you have an escape plan in case of a fire, I say to Mrs. Elephant. Miss Elephant nods and shows us her plan. We have a meeting place across the street in the park. We have family fire drills too, so the children know how to get out of the house in case there's a fire. Good job, I tell her, and remember, when a smoke alarm sounds, get outside and stay outside until the fire department says it's safe. I'll remember that, Sparky. After all, elephants never forget. The Tiger family lives in the next house. Hi, Mrs. Tiger. I am Sparky the fire dog. I see you have twins. They must keep you busy. They sure do, especially when I'm cooking. Miss Tiger says, we can help with that. The junior inspectors measure out a safety zone around the stove, a 3-foot kids-free zone around the stove, and anything else that gets hot will keep your little tigers safe, I say. Thanks for all the help, Sparky. Something smells yummy at Mrs. Yak's house. Come in, I'm making blackberry jam, Miss Yak calls. Be careful, junior inspectors, I caution. This pot is very hot, and it's a good thing the handle is turned away from the edge of the stove. Our next stop is the Fox's house. We're making changes in our bedrooms, Grandma Fox tells us. Come in and see. It's very woodsy, I say. I see you have 2 ways out, the door and the window. Yes, you never know when you might have to get out of the den quickly. It's very sly of you, Grandma Fox. I want you to meet my grandpa, Iggy says, pulling us all along to his house. When we get inside, I see that Mr. Iguana has left matches and a lighter on a table. You should keep matches and lighters up high in a locked cabinet, out of the reach of children, I tell Mr. Iguana. And junior inspectors, if you find the matches or the lighter, tell a grown-up. I want to be a firefighter just like you when I grow up, Iggy says. Our next stop is Roger's house. Hi, Mrs. Rhinoceros. I'm here to ask you a few questions about fire safety. Do you know who to call if there is an emergency? That's easy, the fire department. Do you know the number, I ask? I know, exclaims Roger. It's 911. Good for you, Roger. You got it right. Thanks for stopping by, Sparky. Mrs. Rhinoceros replies, come back and see us anytime. I smell barbecue, I say as we continue down the street. Yes, I'm grilling my famous fish burgers, says Mr. Seal. It looks like the little seals are playing too close to your grill. They could get hurt. And remember, never use the barbecue grill indoors. Right on, Mr. Seal shouts. Fish burgers for everyone. When we finish our burgers, we move on to the next house. Mrs. Turkey answers the door. Hi, my name is Sparky the fire dog. I noticed that you don't have a number on your house. It's important for the firefighters to be able to see your house numbers from the street. That way they can find your house quickly in case of an emergency. Thanks, Sparky. We'll fix it right away. Come on, junior inspectors. It's time to go. I think I hear an alarm. I wake up with the start. A fire alarm is ringing. I jump into the truck right next to the captain, and the truck races to a fire. I love being a fire dog. The end. So thank you guys very much for joining us, and stay tuned for more story time online.